Hi, and welcome to 5-Minute Tips on ungrading participation in the language classroom. I'm Lori Mesorbian from the Department of Latin American and Iberian Cultures at USC. Why do we grade participation in a language classroom? What exactly are we trying to assess? Is it because we want to encourage more participation by quantifying it? Or is it merely a habit we have as instructors? And what does good participation look like anyway? Are we gauging the frequency of contributions, the accuracy of contributions? How do we tap into all the critical engagement that occurs in a language class, but we can't necessarily hear or see explicitly? Grading participation often rewards students who are the loudest or who have the biggest personalities. And inevitably, it penalizes students who, for a multitude of reasons, aren't comfortable or are unable to engage in the ways that as language teachers we have typically expected. So if you are looking for an easy and effective way to start ungrading in the language classroom, you can start by ungrading participation. Now, what does that look like? Start with a questionnaire at the very beginning of the semester. And aside from the basic information you may already request from students about their language experience, ask them to set some goals, both related to the course itself, as well as some more personal goals. For example, watch their favorite foreign language Netflix series without subtitles, or have more confidence when speaking to a family member in the target language. Have students record these goals in an easily accessible platform so that they can revisit them throughout the semester. At the halfway point, ask students to complete a reflection. And some of the things that they can reflect upon include the progress they've made towards their goals, what they've been doing to prepare for class, how they engage in whole class discussions versus small group work, and overall engagement. Ways that they're engaging with the target language and culture that may not be so obvious. They might also use this time to give you suggestions on things that they would love to see or do in the second half of the semester. As the instructor, you will then give feedback. And that feedback can be written in an email, for example, or verbal. You can do quick one-on-one conferences or even do audio or video recordings for your students. And usually this feedback is going to happen on the individual level, but you can also sort of give feedback to the whole class if you notice common concerns or areas of reflection. At the end of the semester, you're going to have students do a final reflection about their participation and engagement. So they can reflect upon their improvement during the second half of the course, but also reflect upon some takeaways that they have from the class. What did they learn? What skills or knowledge will they carry on with them to other classes or to the rest of their lives? These reflections can be done in any digital platform that is accessible to students. I happen to use Google Forms, and I'm happy to share a sample with anyone who may request that. And depending on the proficiency level of the students, the level of the class, these reflections can be done in the target language or not. You can have them do the reflections in English as well. So the bottom line, do you want your students to engage and participate more in class? Do you want them to feel more comfortable taking risks, exploring with the language without fear of being penalized? Then ungrade participation. Have students set goals, reflect at various points throughout the semester. And as the instructor, check in with your students and offer feedback on their reflections. I have a feeling that by just making this small ungraded change, you might see a big difference in your classes. Good luck and thank you.